Get away from me. Show woman, show woman, show woman eyes on your face. One, two, three, four, stop. Thank you. Sean drives a junky car. It doesn't get him far. The battery will die. It'll run out of gas. He's on the side of the road. He really needs a toad. Won't walk to a payphone. He's a lazy ass. He barely fits behind the wheel. Because of all the fast food meals, Sean needs a ride. A ride. And Sean is yelling at his car will not yell back. He's punching the windshield and kicking tires. Sean won't ever get his car fixed, he won't have the cash. He'll blow it on fast food and sports attire. Sean needs a ride. A ride. He needs a ride. He needs a ride. He needs a ride. He needs a ride. Sean needs a ride. His car's broke down.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open, nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breasts and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. She got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
Well. We are here. How you guys doing? It is Morning Disaster. I am Ray Lytle, along with my friends, my good friend, Nikki.
Hello.
My good friend, Nick.
Good morning.
And my good friend, Doran.
Good morning.
She's my very good friend. It's good to talk to you guys. How you doing?
Good. good.
Everybody sounds nice and rested.
No,
No, you guys aren't rested. You didn't get good sleep last night.
No.
I almost
You almost did. What made it almost?
I've got this cat that likes to scratch at doors late at night. So we've
there's
gated him up
nothing worse.
from the kitchen to my office. And someone took down the gate early in the morning and didn't put it back up. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear him scratching at my door.
The cat scratches at your bedroom door?
Yep.
Maybe he just wants to sleep in there with you guys.
No, he wants to get in and play.
Oh, I see the cat behind you
He's
now.
I know he's still a kitten, so he's all in play mode 24 hours a day.
So he doesn't go in and sleep?
No.
Oh.
He probably sleeps all day and you're just not aware of it.
No, I know he sleeps all day.
Yeah, because we have we have cats as well, and it's nice sometimes when they go into the bedroom and they just sleep. No, it's not nice because one of them likes to sleep like in between my legs.
Yeah.
And so I can't move my legs because when I move my legs, I hit the cat and the cat goes, "Rawr." Is grumpy. And then it wakes up everybody, wakes up my wife and wakes up the dog that's also made its way in the
Don't
bed.
disturb the kitty.
Yeah. So there's the hassle, but it's not horrible. You know what I mean? When are you waiting for the cat to get older before you allow it to do that, or?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Or are you just never going to allow it to ever sleep in the bed? Because I'm looking
No,
at your video right now. The cat is literally crying.
Yes. He's like my parrot that never leaves me alone.
I saw the cat. The cat was on the the video you made of you going, Alexa, play Morning Disaster Network.
Yes.
The cat was in the video.
The moment I get home, he's following me around as much as possible.
Oh, he's your buddy.
He is my buddy.
None of my
I
cat.
play with him. I try to wear him out at night with a laser pointer and toys and whatnot, but it doesn't seem to work out as well.
None of my cats like me that much. One of my cats.
That's not true.
One of my cats takes a big shit whenever we start the show. One of my cats holds up all his waste and takes a big shit right when the show starts, so that it'll bother me like the entire show. 'Cause it's like, oh
yeah, he does that too.
Oh my God.
The moment that I need to be in here, it's Stink City.
Oh. The whole office, the whole room stinks. It's like, oh my God. Stupid cat.
Oh, I have a cat that tries to. He'll sit here on the edge of the table and start playing with the houseplants right in front of me. 'Cause he knows I'm not going to scream at him or reach over and slap him because I'm doing the show.
Yeah, because it's a good time to mess with you now.
Yeah. He just sits there and looks at me and chews on my plants. And one day he started flinging potting soil on the floor and I had to mute myself. And the cat's name is Wayne. Wayne?
Which cat is that? Because I've been to your house. I've seen the mush face one.
Wayne is the one with the white sock, white whiskers. Wayne is special. Wayne is the kitten that showed up at my house with the neighbor lady and a sack of tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. And he's just an asshole.
I just like the cat to to wait until I'm done before he relieves himself. That's what I want.
Yeah, but did it ever occur to you that maybe you're doing the show on his shit schedule and it's not that he's just taking a shit during your show? Exactly.
No, because like the cat, I don't know what the cat's shit deal is. Like we get kitty litter in the mail. My wife got this kitty litter in the mail deal. Excuse me, I'm yawning already.
My
This cat is
Let it out.
This cat is so bizarre. Like when she's changing the kitty litter, like she took the old kitty litter and dumped it in a big garbage bag Okay.
Mhm.
And then she started filling the new kitty litter in the the beds, the the beds, whatever the hell, I can't. I'm
You're
forgetting.
having a hard time forming
Yeah,
a sentence.
I'm having trouble waking up today. But no, she changed. She before she goes to put the new litter in, she puts the old litter in this bag, right? So she
Mhm.
put it in yesterday. Before she put it in the new the container, she couldn't find the cat. She's like, where the hell did the cat go? The cat was in the bag
Oh, for God's sake.
using the old litter. Wanting to get one last dump in there. Wanting to get one last dump in before, before everything gets thrown away. It's I'm telling you, it's the craziest cat. The cat has issues.
Well, Smushy Face will wait until all the boxes are clean, and then he will take a crap in each one just
Yeah.
to break it in.
Yeah.
Won't even let it be clean for just a minute. It's like, nope, must poop here now.
Well, then the second the second my wife grabbed the cat out of the bag and told him, don't use the old litter. The second he was out, he immediately went to the new litter and had to use it. It's amazing how much shit is inside these animals that they could do that. It's unbelievable.
Oh,
I'm telling you, they can hold it to when they want.
oh yeah, they have total control over
They
that.
have that ability. I see Derek from Recon, Texas in the chat room.
Good morning,
Facebook.
Derek.
He was doing child slave labor yesterday. He put up that video of he was is it Wes is telling me that's that my mic's too high. Probably is. You're probably right, Wes. There we go. It should be better now. Yeah, he was telling me or he sent me a picture yesterday from what they were doing at Recon. There was some child labor going on, but it's good to see him in the chat room. Good to see you, Derek. All right. So I sent the new app over to some testers yesterday.
Oh, exciting.
Some guys to look it over. I sent it over to who did I get the app to? I sent it to TJ. I sent it to Rob. I sent it to Adam, who I think I think he's the one. One of them said they've been using it all day, and they said it worked good.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So I mean, it felt pretty good to get. I'm checking the returns. Adam says it worked awesome. Rob was sent it, but he didn't send me anything. So it was wasted. It was wasted going to Rob. I don't even think he checked it. But Adam actually spent some time with it, and he was the one who seemed to like it. So also our when you develop the app, you have to go through a process with a Google Play and iTunes. Okay.
All right.
In order to get it approved. We finally got through the first step with Google Play yesterday. Yeah. Now look at that, huh? So we should know within like a week or so whether we'll be going up on the Google Play Store.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be nice, right?
Uh-huh.
So that way, at least Android. Now, listen, Apple's such a pain in the ass.
Why is that?
It's just, number one, it's more expensive. It costs a shitload of money just to get on the Apple app. Okay.
Like Apple needs any more money.
Yeah. Number two, it's a longer process. So we'll get approved from Google Play. And also it's more picky. Like there are things, if things don't work, they won't let you in. So That's why I want it tested with the Android crowd before we make it available for Apple. So there you go. And there you go. So so at least Android is getting closer. If anybody's excited about that. And Nick's had the app for a while. There's been a couple changes since he got it, but
I'll have to look it up.
yeah. Adam said he wish it had the video feed. It will have the video feed, Adam. It will have the video. It will have the video feed eventually. It just doesn't yet. Jamie is saying Apple's more protective of apps and what's in their store. Well, it's not like I'm putting a hunk of shit in their store. I mean, I'm literally putting in. It's just
Quality entertainment.
It's an
Come
app.
on.
It's an app.
They're the Homeowners Association of App Stores.
Yeah. It's literally just an app
Really?
where there's a button you hit that gives you the audio of our show. It has all the podcasts of our show. And it will have the videos. It also has this thing called that I started yesterday called the forum, and it asks questions and it's where listeners answer. One of the questions is, are you rock hard?
Of course it would be.
So it's stuff like that. It's basically stuff where Nick and I can go in and program, crazy questions to it. So that's the
You can't give me that kind of power.
yeah. It'll be fun. By the way, I'm looking at the chat room where I see the stuff that Jamie goes, "Oh, Doran, slap on some makeup, sweetie."
I know I'm a little rugged this morning.
What a horrible!
I'm a little nasty.
No, you don't look bad. You look good.
Thank you.
Oh God.
I knew it as soon as I'm like, I'm not gonna get in Zoom until I put my face. Yeah. Well,
Brent says, "I love how Doran has her coffee pot right there. You have your coffee pot on the table."
yeah, right. Right here. Right here. Right here.
Brando checking in today. Good old Brando.
I can do that. It's
I
awesome.
haven't talked to Brando in a while. Phone lines are open today, 815-414-2125. If anybody wants to get in. Oh my God. I think you look good. I think you look good, Doran. Do you put your makeup on during the show? Is that what you got going on? Is that what he's implying?
Not right. No, I mean sometimes I do. Sometimes
think you-
I've done it a couple of times. Oh, for shit's sake! Shut those dogs up! God damn it! Yeah, sometimes I do put my makeup on during the show. So, but
I think you
I
look good.
overslept this morning, so I just decided to go all natural. Why not?
I was up. My daughter has a procedure today that she has to get done. So my wife was up. My wife wakes up literally like 2 hours early to get my daughter. My daughter had a procedure really early this morning. My wife got up earlier than that. So
Aw,
needless
I
to
hope
say,
everything's all right.
yeah, this is it's to see what. Hopefully they'll figure, my daughter's been sick forever. We just don't know the problem. We don't know what's causing everything. And, they're trying to figure out so they're doing a procedure to, to check it out, to see if it's not this thing or not. So hopefully they'll figure something out. But she got up and she was grumpy. She was feeling all the pressure of waking up and then stumbling out of here. But at least my wife, she got up. The last thing she did before she left, which is just how sweet she is she made me some coffee. So I'm like you, Doran. I have my coffee right here next to me today.
And I got my favorite coffee yesterday. I went venturing out and ran some errands, and I picked up my Cafe du Monde that I love.
That's
So.
the New Orleans one or whatever.
Yeah, my high octane that I like.
Mm.
Because I overslept, and mommy's not coherent yet.
Well, you know what Jamie says.
What?
He says you look like regret.
Bad decisions.
That's hysterical.
Ooh,
All right.
love him dearly.
Uh,
He keeps it honest always.
and people are debating, and so you have an entire pot of coffee.
Yeah, it's got 6 cups left in it.
Did you guys
Yeah.
see? Have you seen the people outraged on Facebook because
Yes,
in the new
they're
car,
all outraged.
Yeah.
in the new car,
All of them.
in the new cartoons,
Oh,
Oh my God! Yes.
the new cartoons, the Looney Tunes cartoons, Elmer Fudd is not going to carry a gun.
What is he supposed to do?
Well, I mean,
well, he failed the background check.
who is watching? Who's watching the new cartoons? What adults are watching these new cartoons?
Well, they're just afraid it's going to influence the kids. But yeah, who's policing the cartoons?
Yeah,
It's
they're-
ridiculous.
What is he supposed to do when he's hunting rabbits?
Well, I would think that the old
Punch it, kick it.
well the old episodes, I believe, are fine. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to go in and edit out the old episodes. This is just the new episodes. You know what I mean? They
Well,
I don't know what
cartoons
they-
regardless suck anyway. Even if you took out the gun, they're still awful.
and by the way, Warner Brothers is saying they took the gun out a while ago.
Okay.
They made episodes a while ago to show people what was coming, and they took the gun out. No one even noticed.
Interesting.
It's just
Only until a news story came out
I see
to
the
make someone mad.
yeah, I see the people getting so pissed off about it. It's like, what in the hell is going on with you? What is going
He's
on
a
in your
minor
life?
character anyway.
What is going on in your life that you can be pissed off about this? By the way, here's the I've got this is the cartoon they made a while ago. This is called Dynamite Dance. Okay, this is a new Looney Tunes cartoon. All right, it's called Dynamite Dance. It's a new cartoon.
I've already changed the channel.
And by the way, Elmer Fudd is changing. He's got a scythe in his hand, and he's chasing. He's chasing Bugs Bunny and trying to kill him by
With a scythe,
yeah.
like what the Grim Reaper walks around.
Yes, which is still pretty violent.
Exactly.
All right.
Reaped.
So he's attempting to kill him with a scythe. And then Bugs Bunny has dynamite, and he's putting a piece of dynamite. He's putting a piece of dynamite in Elmer Fudd's mouth. And then the dynamite blows off, it goes off from his mouth, turning his head.
Well, that's not violent at all.
And then he surrounds him with dynamite and blows up Elmer Fudd. Literally worse than a gun. The whole cartoon is Bugs Bunny shoving dynamite in Elmer Fudd in different places and blowing the dynamite off. And people are angry because Elmer Fudd is not allowed to use a gun. I can't believe the outrage. It's at least watch it before you complain. But as I said,
Guns don't kill people, and neither does Elmer Fudd.
what adults are watching? What adults are watching? Who has time to watch an Elmer Fudd
What
cartoon?
children are watching Looney Tunes?
Yeah. Well, Looney Tunes are going to be on the new HBO Max. By the way, when I was a
Okay.
kid, I loved those cartoons.
I did too.
You know,
Yes,
I
they were
love
great
the Looney Tunes.
back in the day. And then Space Jam came out and ruined everything.
Yeah. I loved Bugs Bunny. I love Porky Pigs. Porky Pigs obviously homosexuality, but I loved him.
What?
I love the
That's
transgender
Patinda.
I love the transgenderism of Daffy Duck. No, I mean I love the cartoons. They were
Sylvester
nice.
the cat lived a gluten-free lifestyle.
The skunk, what was it? Pepe Le Pew is obviously into
Tweety Bird was a nationalist.
Tweety Bird was a nationalist. The skunk, Pepe Le Pew is obviously into S&M. I'm just saying.
He was into rubies.
Yeah,
He's the reason for the Me Too movement.
you're right.
Exactly.
You're
That's
right.
that's patient zero of the Me Too movement.
Do we really want children watching that Pepe Le Pew and learning that that's how you're supposed to treat members of the opposite sex? Nothing turns them on more than stalking them. It's just ridiculous. If this is what you've got to bitch about, whether there's guns in a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon, good Lord. All right.
It's the same people who got mad that KFC got rid of the potato wedges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 41-year-old woman in London broke quarantine to visit her 28-year-old boyfriend.
Atta
It
girl.
was her ex-boyfriend.
Still atta
Way
girl.
better.
She showed up at his house with a bottle of wine and he invited her inside. Then she poured the wine into tumblers instead of wine glasses. Or no, I'm sorry. He poured the wine that she brought him into tumblers instead of wine glasses. And that
Okay.
set her off. The woman slapped him a bunch of times. Then she took off her belt and slapped his roommate with the belt.
What?
What the roommate have to do with it?
I don't know. She's very angry. And then that's not even the worst part of the story.
Like this person didn't run from her?
No, she was angry because he poured the wine into
Not into wine glasses.
into a tumbler instead of wine glasses. By the way, I don't even know what a tumbler is. What the hell's what's
It's like a
Like
Like
what
a
you drink orange juice out of.
it's what?
what was it, Nikki?
It's like what you drink orange juice out of, those little glasses.
Yeah, like a little rocks glass, like a rounded.
What the hell does it
Mhm.
matter? What's it matter? As long as it's something you can drink out of. It's not like
Right.
it's not like he poured it into a
She's in the stemware.
yeah. That's not even the worst part of the
Send
story.
a spanking.
Worst part of the story is she got so upset that she dropped trow and took a dump.
She pooped. Yes.
Why did I have a feeling it was going to go somewhere south?
Second story of the day. It's not even 8:30.
And took a dump on his porch,
Oh my
on his
goodness.
doorstep. The police
On
showed
a
up.
stoop.
The police showed up and found her guilty of criminal damage and assault.
And
Poop on the
defecating and
She pooped on his doorstep.
what the hell is wrong with
I
people?
don't know. She was 41. He was 28. Now, I was very young when I got married. But I went through a stretch of dating, and there was one girl I hooked up with, but there wasn't dating involved. There was she was the manager of the apartment complex I lived. And she was friends with my ex, and then when my ex left, she just started hanging around to make sure I was okay. I just want to stop by and see if you're all right. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I had
boy.
I did a little thing with her, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
some stuff, you know. But we certainly weren't dating. But I'll tell you, she was older. I want to say she had to be. I was really young. So she would have been in her 30s, I think.
So when you're in your early 20s, that's
Yeah, but
a significant age
yeah,
difference.
I believe she was in her. I'm guessing she was in her 30s, but she could have been I mean, the way women look in their 40s. I mean, of course, this is like 1990 or whatever, but she could have been as old as 40, and she was fine. There was no, in fact, if anything, she was a lot more patient than the younger girls I was with. I mean, this is implying that older women, younger guys, that the women could be crazy.
True.
Did have either of you girls dated a much younger guy?
Yes.
Did you ever poop on his door? Did you take
What?
did you
Yes.
take a dump on his stoop?
What?
Multiple times.
Nikki, did you take a dump on his stoop?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or his porch.
I just want to make sure. Did you do it on the porch?
Come on now.
Did you,
By the mailbox.
I'm just trying to figure out what was going on. That's all.
The foyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you poop in the foyer? I'm just telling you, this woman's she's crazy. So I never had any crazy stories like that. You know, I'm wanting to get some. I was hoping that maybe, you know,
There's no craziness involved.
and you were dating a younger guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm notorious for dating younger.
Oh, you dated a lot younger?
Well,
What was the biggest age
Well-
difference?
I mean, actually, like dating or just like hooking up?
I don't know. Either one. Like,
I don't know. Probably 18 years.
18.
I think it was just a couple. I don't know, Jamie. How young was the bartender at your party? I don't remember.
Mm.
He just got his license.
Well, Ray, don't you remember back when we did the show? I was kind of seeing a guy, and I was trying to hide it from all of you because he was like 9 years younger than me, and you lovingly called him the Cub Scout. Don't you remember that?
Yeah,
But I had to sneak him into beer tents and stuff like that because he
Yeah.
wasn't 21 yet.
you're dating a guy who was like 20. And by the way, that's how old Jamie's in the chat room saying that's how old the bartender was that you were with, 20.
God, that's been years ago, though.
Not even old enough to drink.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But yet he was bartending.
Well, yeah.
So he's not even old enough to drink it himself, but he was serving it to people.
I think that was the first year that he bartended for Jamie. But then, I don't know. He did for several years in a row.
How funny.
Guilty. Oh, yeah, very.
Because they gave him tips. They let him give not just the tip, but the whole thing. From what I understand. 815-414-2125. All right, let's see. I want to get coronavirus stuff. I hope Sean calls it. I'd like to get like, what are the new numbers? Are we going up or are we going down? What are we?
He never knows. He looks them up while he's talking to you.
So you're saying we could find out as much as our own just looking right now if we wanted to.
Right.
Very negative.
I know that I think it was over the weekend we had the lowest count so far.
That's good though. We
for the state. It was the lowest so far of numbers, which is a good thing.
you know what, we did what we're supposed to do. I think we kicked its ass.
Right.
Here's the sad thing is the people will not acknowledge that we did the right thing. And
No,
that's,
right.
you know, they'll always be attacking that fat prickster and not realizing that we did. There's a reason that Illinois, although we had a ton of cases, they were all mostly in Chicago,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. And I think I saw they did a Harvard study that said that so far they think that they have kept 60 million people from getting it by doing all these restrictions in the US.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how many people would have gotten it.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
A 30-year-old guy in a 31-year-old guy in Guangdong, China. There's an actual town called Guangdong.
Oh, you're just making that up.
Guangdong. How would you pronounce Guangdong?
So what happened in Guangdong? What's
A
going on there?
guy.
What's going on?
All right. A guy had a 16-inch dead fish stuck in his rectum.
God.
How did it get there?
Oh my God.
Elmer Fudd put it there.
No, he said he accidentally sat on it.
No.
Yes.
No.
And that's what he said. It was
Nope.
He accidentally sat on a fish and the fish had wormed its way up his ass.
He's a liar.
Yes, it's 16-inch fish. Really?
16-inch fish. And
It was. I don't know.
the doctors had to go in and get it.
He's lying.
They tried to get it by fishing up his rear end. And eventually they had to cut open his stomach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Unbelievable. It was a blue tilapia, 16-inch blue tilapia.
You didn't have to tell me what type of fish.
Just
'cause
people
it's
don't.
You just ruined it for me.
Tilapia is a lot of places that say they're serving walleye. It's actually tilapia. By the way, Wes is saying Sangamon County had one new case yesterday, no new deaths. Only 658 new cases in the state with 20 deaths. So we are trending downward.
Very
Because
nice.
for a while there, the cases were in the thousands, and we were around 80 deaths a day or whatever. So I'm glad it's trending downward. That's nice. We like that. Did you guys hear about the thing from space? You know how they occasionally hear radio bursts from space?
Sure.
Like they hear radio bursts from time to time, and they study them. They don't know where they're coming from. They know they're coming from somewhere out in the galaxy. Okay. And these radio bursts could be from the way these giant stars orbit things or whatever. They don't know what's causing them. But some guy that was on the team studying the radio burst every time the bursts come in, they log it and stuff. A guy on the team that was studying it started looking at things and went, wait a minute. He started timing it and he started saying there's a pattern.
Oh, wow.
He said these radio bursts are coming in a pattern towards Earth. I don't know what this means. It
means that July is going to be alien.
Well, I mean, I wish it meant someone was actually trying to contact us, but it could just be random that there is whatever is causing it. Because it's not like radio burst, like somebody sitting on a radio going, attention, attention. No, it's not that type of radio. But it's a burst that could be caused by, like I said, it could be just a giant something orbiting something else. It could be like that. But this guy did notice. He was the one who put it together and said it's a pattern. And now they're looking at the burst as if they're a pattern. But think about it. And I'll just put it out there. If someone was trying to tell us something,
Right.
you would do it in a pattern.
Yeah.
Like if you were,
look at,
if it was
like Morse code.
Yeah, if you
like-
were intentionally, if you were
They're telling
intentionally
us that they're mad that Elmer Fudd doesn't have a gun anymore.
Yeah.
that they're outraged by we're not saying all lives matter. That's what it is. They're letting us know that they're very angry. Yeah, but I find it interesting. So the one scenario is if it's being intentionally sent, it's being in a pattern, which is kind of interesting if you think about it. But I started thinking, isn't that what the movie Contact was about?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember that movie with Jodie Foster and
Mhm.
Matthew McConaughey was in it? It's a really good movie.
Oh, great. Gary Busey's son's going to ruin everything.
Yeah, Gary Busey's son blows up. Did he blow up the ship when they were about to launch or whatever? Right? Wasn't it some kind of stuff like that? So I'm just saying, if you get a chance, read up on Radio Burst. Because
All right.
if at any point we're going to find the discovery of another,
It would be this year, because why the hell not?
if we're going to discover that aliens exist and they've been trying to contact us, it will be in 2020.
Absolutely.
Because I'm telling you, everything else has happened this year.
Well, what's the word about the asteroid that's supposedly circling us or something like that?
Well, I know there was one that just came close to us.
Yeah. Nikki was talking about that, I think, yesterday.
What were your
Or was that
concerns?
last
What
week?
were your concerns, Nikki?
I don't remember.
Oh, for God's
So you had
I ain't gonna lie.
a good conversation with Doran about some asteroid and you completely forgot.
I don't remember.
Unbelievable.
It was hurtling towards Earth last time I heard, but I don't know what's happened to it.
Did
Yeah.
it change direction? Did it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
imagine it just flew by. That's what most asteroids do.
Or breaks up along the way.
Mm-hmm. You stay on top of it.
Didn't we hijack one time and land on it?
Yeah, we did
We put
land.
like a satellite or something on it.
We did land on an asteroid. That is true.
Huh.
But it made you wonder. Why the hell did we land on an asteroid? Unless we were trying to test out whether in case of a worst case scenario, we can pull an Armageddon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's the only. Why else would we land on an asteroid?
I mean, who are we to think an asteroid can't hit us?
Well, because the odds are in our favor. I mean, space is so big and we're so tiny,
I guess it flew right past us on Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's the size of the Empire State Building.
Well, that's not a global killer.
It's what?
That's not a global killer.
No.
An Armageddon.
No.
It's a global killer. Who was Billy Bob Thornton? it was Billy Bob who said it's a global killer. He would have had to. I watched that movie not that long ago, and can we talk about the plot of Armageddon?
There's a plot.
Yeah, there was a plot. Yeah, here's the plot. they find this gigantic asteroid is out in space, hurtling towards Earth. And it's a global killer, where if it hits anywhere on Earth, it will cause the entire Earth to become unlivable. So they have no choice but to come up with a plan that involves landing on the asteroid and digging a hole on the asteroid deep enough to where they get to drop in a nuclear weapon and then blow the asteroid up, breaking it into two and causing the asteroid pieces to miss the Earth. That was the plot.
What could go wrong?
And they discovered it too late to know. So the problem, by the way, the problem was not the flying of the ships that you would fly and land on the asteroid. The problem is the drilling of the hole was too advanced for any astronauts to do. So they had to find professional well diggers. These guys who dig, who mine for oil in the ocean. A ragtag group. I mean, they're all criminals, by the way. And they're led by Bruce Willis. They have no choice, and they all have alcohol and issues and substance abuse issues that NASA has no choice but to recruit them. And they figure it's quicker to just send them into space.
Sure.
to have them professionally dig the hole.
Rather than train
astronauts on how
yeah.
to use mining equipment.
Movie, right?
That's the plot of the movie.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's been so long since I've seen it.
it's a great film.
It is.
So
It is great. It's so ridiculous.
But
It's
you
great.
you have to
And the music-
suspend disbelief because you know
Yeah.
because it really
And-
makes no sense.
The soundtrack is great though.
Yeah.
It's got a great soundtrack.
I would lie awake just to hear you breathing. What a great song. And
What, 99, 98, 99? Or something?
I know it came out in the 90s, and then but it's got a young Ben Affleck. A young Ben Affleck is in it. Bruce Willis.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler.
Yeah. A young what's his name? Owen Wilson.
Oh
Wow.
Yeah, Owen Wilson's in it, and Steve Buscemi.
That other guy.
And all of them go up into space, and the only thing they want is they don't want to pay taxes the rest of their life. But they
That's great.
Is that why you're part of it?
yeah, they tell NASA,
Yeah.
they tell NASA they'll do it on one scenario if they don't pay taxes the rest of their life.
Wow.
So that's the agreement, and the guys go up in space. And meanwhile, the movie starts with Ben Affleck sleeping with Bruce Willis's daughter.
Right.
And Bruce Willis gets so angry he gets a gun and starts shooting at Ben Affleck. This is the guy we put in charge, the man with the anger issues.
Yeah.
That bad. His anger issues are so bad. He's shooting at the guy who is in love with his daughter. We put him in charge of saving the Earth from a global killer. And so they go up to space, and even landing on the asteroid, it turns out that all their which this is the part I see it as being realistic. Exactly what the experts thought the asteroid was, it wasn't. And the ship, one of the ships wrecks on the way down to the asteroid. Another one lands, but when it lands, it finds out it misses the mark of where it was landing, and it lands on the worst part of the asteroid where they have to dig. And the other ship totally disintegrates except for the back end of it, which has Ben Affleck and a couple other guys in it. and they take the escape Jeep or whatever the hell it is. They take the drilling thing and they drive across the asteroid to find the other guys. And by the way, you know who wrote this movie? You know who wrote
Who?
Armageddon? J.J.
No.
Abrams.
Mm-mm.
A six,
No
6-year-old.
kidding.
J.J. Abrams wrote the movie. It was not a 6-year-old, Nick. It
I
was
have
J.J. Abrams. The plot is actually kind of good because they try to drill. The whole thing is the problem, and they keep snapping drill bits, and they've only got 7 hours or something to drill before it's too late. And that's what the movie's about. And they save the Earth.
oh Lord.
By the way, in the chat room, Jamie's like, "What are you today, Fandango?" Oh, God.
It did feel like I just watched the movie.
And
Yeah.
it's got Michael Duncan in it.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Wasn't he engaged to, what was that woman's name that was on
Omarosa.
Omarosa? Yeah,
He was
he's
engaged to
her.
Omarosa?
Yeah, when he
Uh-huh, when he died.
yeah.
Brett says, why in the hell is Ray telling us the plot of a movie from 1998 that we have all seen? Shut up, Brent.
Think he's fancy.
Why? Don't listen to us then. Go listen to the guys on WMAY praise Trump, or go listen to Sam Madonia talk about something you don't like. What if I'm giving you the plot of a movie from 1998?
He's so fancy.
From 22 years ago.
Yeah. Brent and Jamie together. It's bad. It's a
Yeah.
bad idea. Those two.
Unbelievable.
Can you go over the movie Titanic with us?
I don't remember Titanic, but I remember Armageddon.
You
'Cause
went
I
to
told
it
you I
with
just watched
me.
it. I just watched it.
Old woman lies about jewelry.
I just. By the way,
Ray, you don't remember seeing Titanic with me?
I know I saw it. We went. I set you up with Blind
Blind
Rodney.
Rodney.
What?
And I had to interpret the movie to him
Yes,
the whole time.
we said we.
How long is that movie, Ray?
This is during the
Oh my
disaster
God.
years.
How long is that movie?
It's like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we had we took
my
Blind Rodney to
God.
go see Titanic, and we had Nikki go as his date so she could tell him what was happening. and then we shushed her. We shushed her. Or Sean or whoever the hell was in our group shushed her and said, she's got to be quiet. She's annoying me. The whole reason she was there was to tell the blind kid what
It
the
was
movie
like
was
a
about.
morning disaster date night. So it was all of you guys with your spouses behind me
Oh, it was hysterical.
watching.
And then you kept shushing her when
Yeah.
she was.
But I think the one that shushed her was Sean. Because
Probably.
Sean saw Titanic several times, by the way. Which
How many hours do you sit in the
I don't
theater
know.
for that?
that movie was, listen, Titanic was one watch at the most. I got to be honest, I didn't think it was that good a movie.
Oh, come on.
I really did. I didn't think it was that cool. I didn't think it was that good a movie.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But a lot of it didn't make sense.
You're a
you know,
romantic.
Realistic. I kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I'm not. I didn't, you know. You probably like the plot of a porn movie. I'll only watch a porn movie if it's got a good plot. If it doesn't have a plot, I don't want to watch it. Like, I don't want the sex to start immediately when I hit play on Pornhub. I want to hear it. I want to see a little bit of story.
Really.
I want to see the woman order the pizza before it just shows up. Yeah. And of course, the people that watch Titanic. How about the ones that were pissed off that they all die?
Well, duh. You kind of know that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Oh man.
There was a historical movie where there's not going to be when they're telling anything that happened historically. However, I will say Quentin Tarantino did change that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Oh,
if you watch that, it was kind of nice to see something that tragically happened in real life not happen.
yeah, I love that movie. And
Yeah.
that was a long ass movie too. I've watched it
It was
twice.
over
and-
3 hours. It was over 3 hours long. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. I watched it twice. I loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
That was better. It's a better movie than Titanic.
You
In
know
all
what? Yeah.
seriousness,
Yeah, it is.
you
It
know.
is. The storytelling is better.
Yeah.
And it just all around is better.
I just didn't think Titanic was that good. I thought it looked good, but I just didn't think it was that good. I think the same thing with what was the movie with the blue people?
Avatar.
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 Avatar is
people.
the same type of movie.
Smurf.
It looked it wasn't not Smurfs.
Merv.
It looks good, but it wasn't it wasn't that good of a movie.
And it had that same romantic flair that Titanic did. So I liked it. Had the love story in there with,
The same director. by the way.
tragedy. Mhm.
Same director. James
Yep.
James Cameron's a great director, but I just saying I didn't think Titanic was all that great. Now give me Inglorious Bastards.
Haven't seen it.
You've never seen
Me neither.
you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Watch Inglorious Bastards.
Okay. Done deal.
Trust me, that's a big Tarantino verse.
Okay.
You know how he changes history?
Yeah.
Watch Inglorious Bastards.
Okay.
You will love it. You will. I cannot believe that you haven't seen that.
Oh.
That's great. Oh my God. Yeah. So you get those good movies like Brent says Avatar is a see once movie. Yeah. You see it because it looks cool, but there's no reason to. It's not like Star Wars where you watch it over and over again.
You know,
I think coming out with the second one.
Yeah, they're doing. I think they're doing 2 more Avatar movies.
really.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just remember the first, well, when I went to see it in the theater, it was 3D. And my cousin that, you went to school with, she had never been to a 3D movie before. And when they had the little dandelion looking things that were floating around, she literally was sitting in the theater, like trying with her arms out, trying to catch them. I was laughing my ass
It
off.
did. I mean, that's why people went to go see Avatar because it looked good. But
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
that great of a story. I mean, in all honesty, I don't know what the second and third one's going to be about, but
I can't imagine.
I don't know.
Can't imagine. They have little blue babies. I mean, I don't know.
The whole thing was what the Avatar was. They put your brain inside whatever.
Sure.
You control whatever. That's what it was, right? And the guy who couldn't use his legs,
Right.
he was really good at using his mind to control a robot version of himself as an alien. If I'm not-
Well, and the
that-
reason that he got brought into the
that's
program
because
is
his twin
he was a
brother.
twin.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and his twin brother was killed. And so since they had the the DNA thing, that's why he got to do it. And he didn't stop doing it, obviously, because as an avatar, he could still walk, But when
Yeah.
he came back to, his human body, then
He
Good
was
walking. Yeah.
disabled again.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. James Cameron movies I like Terminator, but
Oh, yeah.
for the most part, his movies look good. But I don't know. The plot's not great. I'm saying if he made more movies like Armageddon, then we'd be talking about it 22 years later.
It is something that I looked at the other day. I was watching Pixar with this little guy I was babysitting on Sunday. And have you ever like looked into these? They have these theories, like the real story behind some of these Pixar movies, like Toy Story, for example. Where's Andy's dad? And how these people have all these like conspiracy theories about these Pixar movies and underlying stories. I mean, it's fascinating. All these different opinions, like where Andy's dad is, if they're divorced.
Who
if
are
they're-
these troubled people that are thinking about this too much?
I know. And there's a
They're
lot of
living
them
in their
out there.
mom's basement.
Yeah, they're living in their mouths. But yes,
These grown-ass adults watching children's movie.
and coming
You
up
know,
with fantasies.
conspiracy. Yeah. There's a lot of them out there. I was shocked.
You can
One
think,
of them that I was, after I did the Toy Story one, I'm like, all right, one of my all-time favorite Pixar's is Up, the movie Up. Have you seen it?
Up is about the old guy
Yeah,
and the little fat kid and the balloons.
right. So the conspiracy theory about who Russ actually is the angel of the child that the old man and his wife lost, and that little boy helps him get to heaven. And it's really cool.
So
how
the
they
theory
break it all
the
apart.
theory they came up with is the little kid,
Yes,
the little Cub Scout kid or whatever,
yes,
is an actual angel
mhm.
who's coming back to life to help the old man die.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
that is just I can come up with a theory on any movie.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
But
I'm sure.
that's what they're doing. They're
I know.
basically coming up with theories.
And then there's people like me that actually like sit and listen to their crap.
You'll actually search it on the internet and read it. You'll take the time to
I have to
read.
agree. I will go down that rabbit hole and read all that.
You
Same
will
thing,
read
yeah.
it too? Why will you
Yeah.
read that
Oh,
nonsense?
yeah.
It's entertaining.
Well, but I won't believe it, but I'll read it.
Why would the writers for Disney Pixar movies, which by the way, I just think they're trying to just write an entertaining movie. But why would they have a secret hidden message and somehow a guy living in his mom's basement figures it out and no one else does?
I don't know.
Pixar's part of the Illuminati.
No, Pixar's not part of the Illuminati. I'm telling you, they're just
Oh,
trying to make an entertaining film. Don't overthink entertainment.
just take it for what it is.
Just don't. Yeah. Just enjoy it for what it is. Get out of it what you can. Like I enjoy comic books. I love comic book movies. I love that stuff. I have never once pondered, are they real? Is there's really somebody out there who's a vigilante, whose parents were killed, and he's actually a billionaire philanthropist, but yet at night you don't. I've never actually done that. Just enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I try to, just take it for what it is. But I do enjoy, like Nick said, it's just, I don't believe it, but it's just fascinating where some people's minds go. But then there's, my boyfriend who has to pick apart, everything has an underlying political meaning. That's all the feminist and then
Oh.
the Captain Marvel thing. And I'm like, can you just watch the film? Just watch it. Be entertained by it. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Oh, he's the worst.
There are people that are so convinced that Hollywood is got a liberal agenda. Now Hollywood's
Yes.
agenda is money. Hollywood
Exactly.
wants to make something entertaining enough that you will pay money to watch it. That's all they give it. That's all they give a shit about. They don't care. What do they care?
Hollywood could not be more capitalist.
Yes.
True.
Hollywood does not have some sort of liberal agenda. They say, hey, let's try to make some money. Now, wouldn't it be nice if everyone didn't hate gay people, or if everyone, wouldn't it be nice if everyone didn't hate people who were different? Or wouldn't it be nice if, yeah, there's some of that going on, but they're not intentionally saying, I want to create I want to make people start thinking this way about these things. I want to make people start thinking guns are bad. So I'm going, that's not how it works. Their main thing is they want to make money.
Yes.
I'm
And
just,
entertain people. I mean,
they want to
and if-
entertain. Yeah.
yeah. And if people are entertained, they're going to spend money.
Here's our agenda. First, we need to remove the guns from a cartoon character named Elmer Fudd, and then society will follow. No. No. Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened with that. Hollywood probably realized, you know what's going to happen with these shootings and stuff going on? At some point, the government's going to get they're going to get worried about this, and they're going to make it harder for us to let kids watch anything with guns.
True.
And we don't want to be stuck with a bunch of cartoons that we can't show anymore. So just take the gun out of Elmer Fudd's hands and give him a scythe, because they can't stop us from using a gardening tool in a cartoon. That's what's going on. Hollywood doesn't give a shit about it.
So fucking ridiculous.
They don't give a
God.
shit. All they care about, they just want to make sure that they don't have to redo it, because that costs money. P Double says, Ray, if there was a Batman out there, would you be more in favor of a regressive tax policy? No. What the hell does Batman have to do with my? And by the way, I prefer a progressive tax therapy than a regressive one. No. Batman has nothing to do with my politics. I like Batman because it's something to think about that isn't as depressing as politics or or all the shit going on in this country. That's what I like. I like the escapism of Hollywood entertainment or comic books or anything else that's out there. Am I wrong? That's why we watch it. That's why we go to it.
Right.
That's the thing that's I like sports. I like to take my mind off of all the reality, because reality is sad enough and it's stressful enough. I like to remove my mind from thinking about stuff, That's what makes it so good.
Just to lose your mind and
Yes, I don't want to sit around my house all day thinking about how sick my daughter is, or how much I don't like Trump, or how much how I wish the Democrats had a better candidate, or this Black Lives Matter stuff, and how sad I am that these people were killed and how out of control I see
I don't want to think about it.
the police are in some instances, but yet how overreacting I think the society is towards it. I mean, I don't want to think about all that shit. I just want to take my mind off it. I don't want to think about COVID and Corona and old people dying. Who wants to think about that? No, I want to escape. I want to escape into somewhere where, something that I get to, I want to think about Armageddon, a movie where a bunch of substance addicted miners get to go up and save the universe or save the earth.
Seems like you just want to fantasize about Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Where it takes me back to the 90s where Bruce Willis was a hero all the time instead of a guy starring in these straight to video movies. That's what I like. Why don't ruin it for me. But you're saying that Pixar's Up, which was, I thought it was a nice cartoon that we went and watched, and a bunch of adults cried.
Yes. Oh yeah, I was bawling the first 5 minutes
Yeah.
of it. Are you kidding me?
Adults
It's
cried while
heart-wrenching.
watching it, but yet this guy's thing was, it's actually a story about a guy's journey to heaven.
Yes, to be reunited with his wife, his dead wife. And he gets to heaven by this little angel who represents the child that he and his wife had lost.
Oh my God.
And little Russ, the little round Cub Scout, takes him to, puts the balloons on his house and helps fly him to heaven so he can be reunited with his wife.
It's just ridiculous. It's a cartoon.
It is ridiculous.
None
but
of those. None of it is reality. It's cartoon.
I was intrigued
It
by
sounds like college. It sounds like college level film theory class.
possibly.
How crazy. How nuts.
Oh, well.
What was Toy Story about?
Well, there was a couple different theories on Toy Story. They were talking that one theory was that Andy's dad had died,
All right.
and that's why they, were selling their house and moving. That they were moving into a bigger and better house. So it's obvious that his dad passed away because there must have been a large insurance policy for them to buy a bigger and better house.
Or maybe the mom was who knows? Maybe the mom was good looking
She was.
and she was giving up that snatch to somebody, to a new husband,
Oh my god!
to a new guy that had the money. I'm just putting it out there. Good morning. You're on the Morning Disaster.
Oh, hello. Good morning. Thanks for having me on the air. Am I on the air?
Yes, go right ahead.
Thanks so much for having me, Ray, and good morning to and your guest as well. Good morning.
And who is this?
Good morning.
This is Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Yeah, I'm in Genesee, Idaho, with the rest of the gang out here, just out watching everything. Curious, you guys got a cool setup, and what kind of mic y'all working with there?
Which gang are you with in Genesee? Well, I don't even know what the name of the town is in Iowa.
The Spunky Bunch. We're called the Spunky Bunch. We're not like a gang, like violent.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
We just hang out like the gang, the boys. But don't avoid the question, please. What kind of mic y'all working with?
What mic is this? I'm using this is a Samson studio condenser mic.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Love a studio condenser. Prefer it to a USB myself personally. And I noticed you got the microphone arm. What kind of microphone arm y'all working with there?
This is something I got off Amazon.
Amazon's a good one-stop shop for a lot of your tech needs,
Yes.
I find. And
Yes, it is.
yeah. What kind of headphones y'all working with there?
I have, what do I have? Headphones. I have Sony MVR 7500 series headphones.
Sony is a trusted brand, been around for a long time. Obviously, not necessarily studio quality.
Well, no,
but more
wait a minute.
for home
I've
use.
used these headphones.
Glasses too.
I used these headphones when I was in actual radio. I've used these headphones for years because of
When you were in actual radio, do you remember what kind of mic y'all was working with?
Oh, I have no idea whatever mic the radio station bought.
Do you remember what kind of mic the radio station was working with?
I have no idea.
Uh,
I have no idea.
It was a Mr.
I could
Microphone.
see
You got a
your-
radio right
You're
next
being
to it.
hey, who's that disembodied voice talking?
Well, that's Nick.
Hey, Nick, what kind of mic y'all working
How's it
with?
going there?
Are you
What-
into studio
what's that?
equipment?
Well, I am a bit of a tech head. Thank you for asking. They call me Tech Head Terry, and here comes the song.
Well, listen, Tech Head Terry. Well, any advice you have, by all means, send me a message. We'd love to.
You got really good vibes. Are you on? Do you do this show regularly?
Every day. Yeah.
Every morning.
Oh man, I need a new good best friend because my friend Tom Gawley found out about some stuff, and then I can't be his friend anymore, and I need a new one. And
What-
you might be the
What
man for the
Wait
job,
a minute.
Ray.
What happened?
What
You gotta give
stuff?
us the
Did,
backstory on this.
what your friend Gully? He found out some stuff about you, and now he's not your friend. What the hell did he find out about you that made him not your
Well,
friend?
It's not what you're thinking, but I gotta go. Bye.
What?
I have no idea. That was Tech Head.
That was amazing.
That was
Tech
Tech
Head
Head Terry, who is not a character that I created, but I wish to God I would have. Because
Hey,
I have
how's
a
it going
feeling.
there, Ray?
I have a feeling with Tech Head Terry that he will call again, and we will maybe one day get to the reason why his friend stopped
Are-
being friends with him. What he goes,
Are you using a Logitech mouse there?
my friend found out some stuff about me, and now he's not my friend anymore.
Not my friend anymore.
What the-
Oh, that's got to be good.
I got
That's
10
gotta be
bucks.
good.
10 bucks as he was fucking a microphone. He was doing something inappropriate with
Oh, Ray.
with some kind of equipment. I'm just telling you, he was doing stuff. He was doing inappropriate things with some type of equipment.
Well, that would make him Tech Butt Terry, not Tech Head Terry.
My
I
friend,
like Tech Butt Terry better.
my,
Tech Butt
my
Terry.
friend found out I was plugging the Samson into me instead of a soundboard. No, I like Tech Cat Terry or whatever. I think it's
He
fantastic.
sounds he sounds like he might be a little. He sounds a little Amish or something. His accent was awesome.
I think
What
he's in that part of Iowa that's close to
was
Minneapolis.
it
there.
Iowa or
That's close to-
Idaho?
Close
I
to
thought he said
Minnesota.
Idaho.
Oh,
I think he said-
well maybe
I thought he
maybe
said
it is.
Idaho first.
Maybe it was in Idaho.
Hanging with the
God.
gang.
The Funky Bunch.
That Terry was great. By the way, here's what the people in our chat room. They're so welcoming. Here's what they've said in the chat room. Is Terry on the spectrum? Well, come on. That's the first thing you think of.
Oh my God.
Gully was using a ship mic and Terry wasn't having it anymore. Here's Terry was great, Ray. I hope he calls back.
Oh,
Adam says Terry's making a clone of his friend. Terry's making a clone of his friend in his basement. Oh my God, that guy was fantastic. I hope he calls back. Nice.
I don't know where to go from.
Yeah.
Here.
His
I don't
friend,
know.
his friend's the Spunky Bunch.
I don't know how to transition.
I foresee a news story in the future where they say the perpetrators of the crime were a group of Idaho that refer to themselves as the Spunky Bunch. I wish that wasn't the case,
Wow.
but that's the vibe I'm getting. Oh, that was kind of cool. Thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
Call back.
that's
again.
great.
I wonder if Terry found us on Facebook or just. I should have asked how he discovered us. You know what I mean? But he's obviously watching the show because he was concerned with my microphone.
Yep.
He's got to be watching us. which
Yeah. So he
Kind
had
of, that kind of creeps me out a little bit, honestly.
you would be creeped out if you found out someone was watching us and yanking it to you.
Oh God.
Would that bug you?
I've been told that before.
Yeah.
Remember that pool party with the pink thong and somebody took
Oh,
a picture
yeah.
and it was years later. I was cutting hair and this new client came in and he's like, "Oh my God, you're the girl on the back of that dorm room door." Somebody had made so yeah, somebody made a poster out of that. And so yeah, basically I got told that I was the masturbation material for that dorm room, apparently.
We had a bunch of those. Remember we took the picture on the bike
Oh
and you
yeah.
were wearing the
yeah,
various
yeah.
bikinis?
Yeah.
I found those pictures. I was going through something and I found those pictures, and literally I was like 30 pictures, and I was looking at them all, and I was like, man, she looks good. And this is, I want to say I found them like 5 years ago or something. And I was looking at them. I'll be honest. I was looking at them, and I got a little chubbed up. I mean, I'm telling you, you look good. You look good.
Thanks. It was a long time ago, but
Yeah.
yeah, I still have.
So I could see somebody at the time, doing something with them. I could see Terry. Terry, God knows what the Spunky Bunch was doing with him.
I don't want to know.
Spunky Bunch. We're gonna have a contest. We're gonna make a circle.
They're plain potato. It's kind of like cookie, but it's with a potato.
What? I never. No, I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
We would all get into a circle, and we would.
They're all a bunch of jerks in a circle
We were a bunch
with
of
a potato
jerks.
in Idaho.
We were a bunch of jerky guys. So we would get into a circle, and I'd finish first and third.
Oh, God.
Uh, let me call. What was it? I was calling Derek from Recon Text yesterday. Remember?
Yes. Right. It didn't answer.
Yeah. I was gonna
Because
see.
of child labor.
Yeah, he put a picture. He put a picture up of some child labor going on. Shop yesterday.
Recon Text.
There was child labor at Recon Text. Hello,
Yes, sir.
Derek. It's Ray.
How are you, Ray?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Hey, I want to bring my car by, but I wanted to run it by you to see what you guys could do.
Okay.
All right. So I hit an obese raccoon
Okay.
that took the bottom of my, like the front of my car, the
A
underneath.
little Volant.
Yeah, underneath the fog lights, there is I don't know if it's plastic or what it's made of, but it's sort of hanging down.
We can fix it.
The fog lights are removed. The fog lights are no longer in it, but the wires are there. So you're saying that you could fix all this stuff.
We can fix it all.
I'm gonna bring it by.
Bring it by. We'll take care of it.
So you
That's
can.
not a problem.
You're saying that that's something not that hard for you.
No, that's easy.
I
An
thought
hour, we can have it all back together for you and ready to go.
I thought I was gonna
That's
challenge.
awesome.
I thought I was gonna challenge you with this. You're saying it's not that hard.
No, not at all.
Yeah, people are saying an obese raccoon. Yeah, I hid an obese raccoon on my way to work one morning, and that's what started the stuff hanging from the
Don't
bottom.
let them fool you. It was a pregnant raccoon.
No,
and
it was
killed
not.
all the babies.
It was not. Please. I wish I didn't hit any raccoon. I hated hitting it. Hey, why did you put a picture up of you guys having child labor happening at Recon Tex?
You know, the way I look at it is you can train somebody from the age of 5 all the way up. He was actually 7 years old. We get him started training early. I mean, sooner or later, he's going to have to take over the business. So
How old is he?
he's 7.
That was pretty good. I mean,
That's awesome.
they put the video up of him actually working on a car. I thought it was kind of cool. Good for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Hey, did you
Yep.
did you hear that we called you last week?
What's that?
We called you last week. Did you hear?
Uh-uh.
We called and talked to Michael last what day was that?
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Thursday, I think.
Because Nikki wanted advice on cleaning her
I
Hitachi.
did not. You wanted advice on it.
She wanted advice on cleaning the Hitachi. And Michael said that you guys have a product that would clean it.
We do. We have several that'll clean it. I actually have a decontamination now that we can clean that thing off, get rid of anything that's on it, and it'd
Really?
be fresh and clean to use.
Look at that.
Decontamination.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know what hell that Hitachi's gone through.
Hey, it kills 99.9% of anything that's out there. So
Look at that.
So clean you can eat off of it.
Oh,
That's right.
God.
Who knows? You might want to eat a fried egg off of that Hitachi. Who knows?
I'm sure after time you probably could.
Yeah, it's probably so hot sometimes you
That
probably.
would end up being a scrambled egg race.
I'm just saying, there's might be something going on. At Recon Text, are you guys still offering a free steam cleaning for anybody that orders a regular detail?
We are, and that's going to continue on probably through the rest of the year.
That is going on right now. When you guys want your car detailed, there's no other place to do it than Recon Text. Let me tell you, Derek, do you know how the car shows and stuff are doing? You know, we have a lot of car shows in Springfield.
Not real good this year. To my understanding that I know of, there's only 3 that's going to happen this year. And they're still kind of up in the air, but they're a little farther out towards September and things like that. So
like everything's being canceled so far?
Everything up to the first part of July, I know for sure has been canceled.
Wow. That's
I know there's a couple cruise-ins. There's a cruise-in tomorrow night. They're going to try to see how it works out. But I think everybody's kind of sticking to parades now, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Well, like a cruise, why would they cancel a cruise just because you're all in separate cars?
Well, a cruise-in is where they
alongside the
actually
road.
It's not really a show. It's their cars aren't judged or anything, but you can still, stop and look at the cars, things like that. And with this 10-person rule, it's making it hard for everybody.
Well, because I would think there'd be social distancing there with everybody in different cars, and if people are just sitting on the side of the road watching them as they drive by.
But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because we did a cruise not too long ago for a birthday party. There was 171 cars. So I mean,
oh wow.
If you get a quarter of those that step out of their car, you're over your limit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of hard to fight it.
It's the whole thing's crazy. It's a shame that so many events are getting canceled. And I'm telling you, I think the State Fair will be canceled.
Oh, I do too. I do too. They say they're going to try to make it smaller, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see it's going to happen at all.
Well, listen, it's good to talk to you, buddy. Anybody, 670-1132. Later, Derek. Call Recon Text. They're who you want to use. Get your cars detailed at Recon Text on the corner at 9th and Black. They're one of our fine sponsors. Also a sponsor of ours, DTE Technologies. DTE Technologies, also a fine sponsor of the show. And we appreciate them. 408-0001. And Core Installation, Furniture and Supplies, 741-1079. Another great sponsor of the show. Corey, of course, if you're listening to the show in an uncomfortable chair, listen, call Corey, get a new chair or desk or whatever. But also right now, she has masks, gloves, and sanitizer. And I'm talking huge, gallons of bottles that can be used to refill other smaller ones. She's got that right now. Call 741-1079 at Core Installation, Furniture and Supply. Those are our fine sponsors. And we are looking to add more sponsors.
Yes, we are.
And hopefully we'll adding all kinds of things, like we put if you're watching the video right now, you see a little video, naming our sponsors. We can put your business up on that scrolling, on the scroll that goes across our video, the entire show. We can do recorded commercials where I'm going to have other people voice some commercials too, or you just don't hear my voice, but you'll hear other people do it, like a 30-second commercial. We can do that. That's traditional type advertising. We can do that. We can also do, you name it. We do
live commercials like
yes.
we do with Derek.
Yeah, I could do it. I could call you like I just called Derek. I could call you for a commercial, whatever you want. We can get it done. So if you own a business and you would like to get your business's name out there, I got to be honest. You know what, Chuck? We don't have any restaurants.
We don't, do we?
Now, granted, we haven't actively been pursuing. We've only gone after people that have asked. We haven't actively been pursuing clients. Now it's time, and I'll be honest, we don't have a restaurant. And here's the other thing: we don't have a car dealer. You know what I mean? We don't have anybody that sells cars.
We need we need more local businesses.
And here's the other thing: once we get a business, we're not going to get a bunch of competing businesses. So
no,
if you're going to be a restaurant that sells whatever, you're going to be the only restaurant on that, you know, that does that. Like, for example, you're not going to hear, we're not going to do an ad for like a Head West and then turn around a week later and do one for Jimmy John's or Monty's or any of these other, you know, we'll just do one. If we do get a car dealer, that'll be the only one. So I'm saying, if you are a business out there, get hold of us quickly. Drop a message to me or Doran on Facebook if you want, and we'll help you out with that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Like one of everything.
that would be great. Car dealership, restaurants.
No, Brent, I'm not going to put up some random listener. Brent wants to know what it would cost to put up just a picture of his smiling face. No.
No, no.
You have to, there actually
We'll
has,
represent the
you got?
listeners.
you actually have to have some, could you imagine?
Oh my
We
God.
put up a picture
no.
of some guy.
Here's what we can do. We can put it up, and then people can pay us to take it down.
Yeah. Can we put up a picture of like Terry the tech guy?
Yeah.
I'll help with your
Okay.
tech advice. Maybe he'll want to help. Who knows?
Oh,
I could
my
tell. I could
God.
tell you what coaxial cable you should
Yeah.
use.
Maybe Terry will want to buy a. Sometime. There'll be a little picture of him with his hat on and his wrench in his pocket. Good Lord. There was one other thing I wanted to get to today, and I forgot.
What's that?
I had it on my list with the radio waves coming from. I thought there would be
The-
more talk about the radio waves.
The radio waves from space
Yes.
that somebody has deciphered. There's a pattern.
Yes.
Space waves.
Yes.
Space waves.
It could be intentional. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Will sex scenes in movies?
The what?
Will sex scenes in movies be CGI?
Why not?
They found an internal memo from the Film Editors Trade Association that said when film and TV production resumes, and by the way, some film and TV production is resuming this Friday.
Awesome.
Any close contact moments will have to be rewritten, abandoned, or done with CGI. In other words, we might see, when it comes to sex scenes and stuff, there might be
We're-
CGI
We're going to see
sex
some new
scenes.
positions that we've never seen before. Then
They might do CGI sex scenes.
Oh, dear
People will be
Lord.
using some 10-foot poles.
that Kama Sutra is going to come in handy.
Would you be bothered if you found out they're doing CGI sex scenes?
Why would that bother me?
No, listen. I haven't acted in a long time. When I was younger, I did some acting, and I was in some plays that involved me kissing, you know what I mean, a girl. And I'll tell you, it was kind of uncomfortable, you know. But the characters, you know what I mean, to move the story along, it had to do it. But I'm sure there's a lot of actors who would rather not do that stuff.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I mean, it has to be highly uncomfortable, especially
Yeah.
if you don't really like the person.
And
That
it-
would be incredibly awkward.
and I don't watch. Well, most entertainment I don't watch just to get off. Of course, I did admit to getting a chub while looking at pictures of Doran from a photo shoot of like 20 years ago. But I'm saying
TMI.
that's not the main reason we watch it. So, you know, what's the difference between watching, if you're watching a sex scene and then an actor comes out as gay,
Mhm.
a couple years later. And then you're like, oh my God, they were faking it. Does it bother you?
Well, no, because they're
No.
acting.
Yes. Would it bother you to
Exactly.
find out it was CGI, that they really weren't naked from the pants, from the waist down, that was CGI?
No.
Would it bother you? No.
No.
So I don't think it's a big deal. Right?
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think it'd be a
No.
big deal at all.
so I think
I mean, and I think like Nick said, we probably are going to see some more explicit or something a little more crazy because it's not really, it's not really them. It's not really their skin.
well, they're not
So-
really the characters they're playing. I mean,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, CGI has really taken over a lot of. What was one of the first CGI movies that came out that was really big?
when did they start using? I think they started using it
Yeah.
as far back as the 90s, maybe probably Armageddon. No,
Damn
but, I mean,
Armageddon.
it was probably the 90s,
Or
right?
Avatar.
Well, what wasn't 300? That's when it was. coming
Yeah,
to
the
mind.
Zack Snyder
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, the first one that I really remember that was done.
Yeah, there was. I don't think it makes that big a difference, but there are some people that are very upset about it. At Jurassic Park, there wasn't a real dinosaur.
You know who these people are that are upset about it are the same ones that took the gun away from Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, that are upset about the
That's
stupid,
exactly
the
it.
stupid cartoons. And there's probably some actors. There's probably some actors that are pretty happy about, you know what I mean, using CGI for stuff.
How would you feel as an actor or an actress, usually it's the actress, that doesn't do nude scenes, but then they want to do a nude scene that CGI it? So people are thinking that that's you doing it.
Yeah, because isn't
Would you
Renee
still let 'em?
Russo? Yeah, Renee Russo is really anti-nude scene. So that's a
So
great
would you
question.
still let them?
Oh, Renee Russo's 60 years old. No one wants to see her boobs anymore.
Well, I'm just saying back in the day.
Right.
She refused to do them.
I would bet there has already been CGI nudity in movies that we just don't know about. I mean, I bet that they have CGI'd some boobs. If I was still acting, and I was a shitty actor, this is when I was a teenager. But if I was still acting, I would want them to. I would do a nude scene, and I'd say, I want a CGI schlong. I want a big old girthy CGI
Okay.
schlong.
Well, then you wouldn't have to worry about getting your implant. and your
Yeah,
girth
then you wouldn't have to worry
injections.
about the girth
No.
correction.
Just
implants.
CGI that shit.
I just want a big old swinging CGI schlong and put it right there in the middle of this PG movie. And then if they say anything, say, nope, you can't give me an R rating because it was CGI. It's not real. You know what I
The
mean?
content is still R-rated.
Oh, well, the content's R rated? No.
Yeah.
I want,
Sorry.
I want people watching the movie and say, boy, the best part of the movie, did you see Ray Lytle's schlong? Oh, it's beautiful. And then how
Oh
bad
my
they'd feel when they
God.
found out it wasn't real. Oh, I heard, you know what I heard? I heard that wasn't his real schlong. I heard it was a CGI. It was a CGI one. That's what'll happen. But no, would that bother you if you watched a movie and then you found out later that it was all CGI?
No.
As long as I got the
No.
same entertainment value from what's it matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Just watch the film to just be entertained. Don't tear it apart.
I'm not some 17-year-old pausing a VCR of Porky's in order to finish myself up anymore. No, why would people care? You know?
Oh
on.
my God.
So there's some CGI sex scenes that might be going on. That's the other big story I wanted to get to. Now I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about, guys.
Yay.
We finished it up.
For once.
Yes.
For once.
I got to every single thing that I wrote down to get to. I've covered all of it.
for the first time in like how many weeks have we been doing this show?
Yeah.
This is the first.
Yeah. Usually it's we end the show and there's still 5 things on the list. Today we got all of it.
Woohoo!
Today we finished it all. And that means that we finished the show. And look, it's only 9:37. That's actually
Woohoo!
early for us. We
That
finished
is.
the show. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock with another edition of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. Thank you guys. Good job.
Have a great day, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You better wake up, sleepyhead. Get your fat butt out of bed. There's a man who got up at 4 a.m. just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. Sean Bull and Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. That's going to wrap it up for today, everybody. We're back tomorrow with another new show at 8 o'clock. For those listening to the audio-only feed, you will hear a replay of the show that will start in seconds. For those that are watching the show live on Facebook, that's it for today. You can watch the replay. The replay will be up almost immediately on Facebook. You can watch it anytime. Or go to morningdisaster.net where you can get the podcast and or video link to the show all day long. Thank you so much for listening. And return tomorrow. Join us again for another episode of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. So long, everybody. Mm-hmm.